Greetings and salutations, my great friends. Welcome to a brand new series. I promise, after 20 years in the coaching field, this will probably be our most powerful series yet. It's been said that when we come into the world, for me it was September 11th, 1972, my mom tells me I was crying and screaming. Now, I've heard from some great thought leaders that the best way to live is when we leave and close our eyes forever and get put underground or have our ashes spread at sea or wherever it might be, that to make sure when we go out, we're kicked back and we are smiling because we had a life well lived, and everyone else is crying because they say, wow, somebody who made a massive difference in the world is no longer with us. They've got the ultimate promotion and they're now in heaven. So to summarize that in a more succinct fashion, when we come into the world, we are crying and screaming, and everyone else is smiling and laughing. Live your life in a fashion to where when you go out, you're the one that's smiling and laughing and everyone else is crying. Now, Henry David Thoreau, well over 150 years ago, said, most men and women will lead lives of quiet desperation. I've always thought to myself that if Mr. Thoreau were alive today, he would not change his mind one bit. Why? Well, welcome to the Self-Worth series, my friends. This 8-part series is all about helping your self-worth live out its essential purpose, to become the greatest version of itself, and for you to live from that perspective. Now, how do I know that this is a powerful series? Because I can tell you, for most of my life, I thought that I was a piece of garbage, that I was a loser, that I was lame, that I was weak, that I was pathetic. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was stupid. And I thought my life didn't mean any more than a goldfish swimming around in a bowl. For a huge part of my life, that is what I thought of myself. Until the young lady sitting behind the camera called me the greatest dad in the world, and I knew I needed to learn what that meant and to operate from that perspective. That my life did mean something and that I was the greatest dad in the world. And learning to live from that perspective has been the most beautiful thing. I now wake up every day and I know anything in the whole wide world is possible if I purely put my mind to it. And that's a much happier place to be. So let me ask you a question to check in where your perspective is. If you had a $1 million racehorse who also happened to be your lifelong pet, and he or her was running in the race of their life next week, what would you feed it? What would you feed him and her? How would you take care of them? How would you love them? And when I ask this question of people, they say, oh my gosh, I would fuel my racehorse with whatever it was that would cause it to win this race. I would make sure that my racehorse got all the rest that they needed. I would make sure that this racehorse got all the love that they needed because they're running in the most important race of their life. And I say, yeah, that's exactly what I would do. And then I say, why in the world do we live in a world where people treat themselves less than that? And ultimately, what we know is this. People's perspective is they don't love themselves. And the reason why people don't love themselves is they think their self-worth is completely in the tank. Now, this is a fact, and the statistics back it up. Over 100,000 people died from alcohol. 6 figures died from drugs. Multiple 6 figures died from obesity. Multiple 6 figures died from tobacco. And I just simply ask you, like I asked Kaylee this morning when we went for breakfast. I said, if you found a little deer on the side of the road that was injured and you didn't even know this thing, what would you do? And Kaylee said, well, I would take it home and I would talk nice to it. I would take it home and I would heal its wounds. And I would take the time and I would go home and I would love it. And I would love, love, love it. And I said, why? And she goes, that's the way to make the deer whole again. And I said, so to be perfectly clear, you wouldn't go home and kick it in the face. And she says, Dad, when you love something, you don't hurt it. And I said, bingo! When we love something, we don't hurt it. And people who go out and booze, they're hurting themselves. People who go out and smoke, they're hurting themselves. People who go out and look at porn, they're hurting themselves. Why? Because they don't love themselves. Now, you will not find a human being who did not love themselves any more than me. Trust me, it was awful. So the drill for video number 1 is called the positive affirmations drill. We've got to help you rewrite the narrative that's going on in your head. We've got to help you rewrite the narrative that goes on in your head so that you understand. God created that beautiful tree. God created that beautiful sun and the sky. And guess what? Look in the mirror. God thought enough of you to create you. And we want you to live from that perspective, that you are a miracle. So every morning, I want you to read out 10 positive I am affirmations that rewrite the narrative in your head. I keep this on my desk. I read it every morning. Even though I've tackled the problem, I've developed the habit. And every morning, I read out, I am gentle. I am love. I am hope. I am caring. I am infinite patience. I am genshai. I am perseverance. I am playful. I think you can probably see that in some of the videos. I will smile through all chaos because I am a child of God. So, my I am statements, the 10 things that are the opposite of that are things that I struggled most with. So when I wrote my I am affirmations, I wrote the opposite. I read those every morning, and then I listen to my favorite song, and then I go about loving people all day long. So video number 1 of the Self-Worth series is about rewriting the narrative that goes on in your head so that you can live from a healthy perspective and understand to love yourself. Ending out this video, read them every morning and learn to talk to yourself like Brene Brown states. Learn to talk to yourself like you are someone you love. Learn to talk to yourself like you are someone you love. Kaylee and I love you. We hope you enjoyed this first video. We are eternally grateful for your love and support. Read your I am statements every day, and we'll see you Friday.
Remember, if you aren't where you want to be, then you cannot believe everything you think. Do your positive affirmations every day and put down things such as social media, TV, and booze. And please hit like, subscribe, and share.